How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Boy, we've got an action-packed episode full of some seriously unhinged content for you today, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. A disturbing video uploaded to TikTok by user Wired Eyes has sparked significant concern among viewers online. The footage shows a man acting suspiciously outside an apartment door around 2 a.m. The apartment owner reportedly received a notification alerting them to the intruder's presence. According to the uploader, the intruder seems to abandon whatever intention he had upon noticing the security camera. However, sharp-eyed viewers identified an even more alarming detail. The man appears to subtly mark the apartment door, prompting fears of a potential future home invasion. Numerous commenters urgently advised the apartment owner to contact authorities immediately due to the perceived seriousness of the marking. On May 19, 2025, a screening of Final Destination Bloodlines at Cinema Ocho in La Plata, Argentina, took a chilling turn when a portion of the theatre's ceiling collapsed, injuring 29-year-old Fiamma Villaverde. Villaverde was celebrating her birthday with her 11-year-old daughter and a friend. Initially mistaking the loud noise for part of the film's sound effects, she was struck by falling debris, sustaining injuries to her shoulder, back, knee, and ankle. Fortunately, she avoided more severe harm as she was leaning on the armrest, which prevented the debris from hitting her head. Following the incident, Villaverde sought medical attention, including X-rays, and has been unable to work since. The incident drew attention on social media due to its eerie resemblance to the film's theme, which revolves around characters narrowly escaping death only to face fatal consequences. Some attendees speculated that recent heavy rains may have contributed to the structural failure, though the theatre has not issued an official statement regarding the cause. A recent TikTok video uploaded by user Cryptike shows footage of a mysterious cave discovered by a drone somewhere in China. The intriguing visuals suggest that the cave was once inhabited, with structures and details visible that imply human activity in the past. One commenter suggested that perhaps water levels were once higher, allowing access to the now completely isolated cave system. The drone footage leaves many questions unanswered. As online discussions continue, the cave's true origins and the lives of its potential former inhabitants remain a compelling mystery. A peculiar video uploaded to TikTok by user Grimes Comedy has sparked a wave of online speculation. The curious nature of her behaviour left viewers both amused and baffled. Several commenters proposed the woman might be utilising the cord as a makeshift fidget toy, offering a simple explanation for her unusual activity. Others said she might be missing her husband. So, what do you think is going on here? Nervous fidgeting or something a little more risque? A chilling video recently shared on TikTok by user S.Gigglewings has captured attention and sparked a wave of eerie speculation. The footage, allegedly extracted from CCTV security cameras in Thailand, appears to depict a mysterious floating head drifting silently through the darkness. Notably, one viewer proposed a striking interpretation suggesting that the apparition could be a Penanggalan, a mythical creature deeply embedded in Southeast Asian folklore. The Penanggalan, known variably as Penanggal, is traditionally described as a vampiric entity. Originating from Malay and Indonesian legends, this being manifests as a woman's detached head, complete with trailing internal organs, often spotted floating through the air in search of victims, typically pregnant women and newborns. Folklore holds that by day, the Penanggalan lives discreetly among humans, indistinguishable from ordinary women. However, come nightfall, it gruesomely detaches its head from its body and takes to the skies to hunt. This legend has maintained its hold in cultural consciousness, inspiring various depictions across horror stories and films throughout Southeast Asia. As the TikTok video continues to circulate, debate persists over its authenticity. Astronomers have confirmed the discovery of a mysterious, nearly perfectly spherical object in deep space, emitting only radio signals, anomalous enough to defy conventional classification. The object has been named Teleos, meaning perfection in Greek, and was detected using the Australian Square Kilometre Array Pathfinder ASCAP telescope. Though Teleos resembles a supernova remnant in shape, it diverges from typical examples in several key ways. It has an extraordinarily low surface brightness, one of the faintest ever recorded for a galactic SNR, and unusually emits no detectable X-rays. Estimates place the object between 7,100 and 25,100 light-years from Earth, with a diameter that could range from 45 to over 150 light-years, making its scale and distance difficult to pin down. These anomalies have led scientists to question whether Teleos is indeed a supernova remnant or something entirely different. While several theories have been floated, none fully explain its unique characteristics. As such, the discovery has prompted astronomers to call for more multi-wavelength observations in hopes of unraveling its nature. A curious video shared on Reddit by user Eboyi228 appears to show something odd. Captured in what appears to be a school hallway via security camera, the footage reveals a mysterious shape drifting across the frame. Viewer reactions have been mixed, with several commenters quickly dismissing paranormal explanations. Many suggest the anomaly could be something mundane, such as a spider's web or debris floating close to the camera lens, creating an optical illusion. However, others remain intrigued, asserting the figure's eerie movements lend credence to supernatural theories. For now, the true nature of the drifting figure remains open to interpretation. In the early hours of May 21, 2025, a brilliant green fireball lit up the skies over the central United States, startling residents across Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Texas. The celestial event occurred at approximately 3:44 a.m. Central Time, with over 50 eyewitness reports flooding into the American Meteor Society, AMS. Described by many as a giant green bolide, the fireball was so bright it briefly turned night into day. Observers reported seeing the meteor fragment into several pieces as it streaked from east to west. It exploded about 3 times and lit up the whole sky, one witness from Vega, Texas recalled, while another in Vernon said it appeared like daylight for a split second. The AMS classified the phenomenon as a bolide, a rare, intensely bright meteor caused by a large meteoroid entering Earth's atmosphere at high velocity. Bolides often explode in mid-air and can leave behind visible trails or sounds, unlike typical meteors. However, some experts have proposed a different explanation. Given the increasing presence of man-made objects in orbit, there's speculation the fireball may have been space debris, possibly a defunct satellite or rocket stage, re-entering the atmosphere and burning up upon descent. This theory is gaining traction as orbital traffic continues to rise. Before we get to our last segment, remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll always be in the loop every time we drop our scary and creepy content. The idea of a second death might sound like something out of horror fiction, but it appears in everything from ghost stories and religion to deep philosophical debates. At its core, it's the concept that even after physical death, something else, your soul, spirit, or memory, can still end. In paranormal folklore, this idea often plays out literally. A ghost, though already dead, can be banished, exorcised, or laid to rest. While no one says you're killing the ghost, the result is the same. It's gone for good. In some cases, this is seen as a peaceful release. In others, it's a kind of forced destruction. Undead creatures like vampires and zombies take this even further. These beings have already died once, but continue to roam. Their stories almost always involve a true death, the final blow that ends them permanently. Whether it's a wooden stake, holy water, or fire, folklore loves the idea that even the dead can die again. In Mexican tradition, it's said people die 3 times. First when the body stops, again when they're buried, and finally when they're forgotten. That last one, the moment no one remembers your name, is the true end. The film Coco captured this idea beautifully. Spirits fade from the land of the dead when no one in the living world remembers them. Some spiritual traditions take a more mystical approach. Theosophy, a 19th century esoteric belief system, teaches that the soul passes through stages after death. First, the body dies. Later, the astral body falls away in what's called the second death, leaving only the purest spiritual self behind. This ties into bigger philosophical questions. Can your identity or consciousness die a second time? If we have souls, can those be destroyed too? Religious views vary. In Christianity, the second death is mentioned in the Book of Revelation and usually refers to spiritual destruction, being separated from God forever. Some interpret this as eternal punishment, others believe it means total annihilation of the soul. Eastern traditions like Buddhism and Hinduism don't focus on one final death. Instead, they describe an ongoing cycle of life, death, and rebirth. You die countless times, until eventually you reach liberation, nirvana, or moksha, ending the cycle forever. In these views, the deathless state is the goal, not a second death, but freedom from death entirely. So can a ghost die? In stories, yes, through rituals, fire, forgetfulness, or divine judgment. In real life, it's a question tied to how we see the soul, memory, and what it means to truly be gone. For some, the second death is terrifying. For others, it's peace. Either way, it reminds us that death might not be the end, not entirely.
Well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you want more in-depth spooky stories, then consider checking out our second channel, Slapped Hand Mysteries. We'll put a link in the description box down below there. We think you'll love it. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time. Peace!